Hello everybody and welcome. This video is going to be a little different, not from the traditional mod review videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and as you can tell, I've definitely fixed the encoding problems that you have seen in the past videos where things just look really pixelated, and I apologize for that. My whole goal today is to fix Skyrim, and I'm talking old Rim, into a game, well, a little more different than what you're used to. With these handful of mods, I'm really hoping that it can change the play style and make it feel a little fresh for you guys. So let's hop right into it. TK Dodge is a mod that allows you to dodge attacks using either the Alt key, or you can set this up any way you would like. For instance, I like the double tap method, so if you choose that, it's definitely for the best. Of course, with the dodging, you do have to time it very well, or else it's not going to really work out to your advantage. And dodging lightning obviously is going to be pretty difficult, but I think dodging in this game should have been, any Bethesda game really, should have already been implemented into it as well. But with this mod, you can dodge to your heart's desire. So, dodge on, friends. This next mod is really great. It is called Campfire, and this will fit in very nicely with these mods. There is a whole bunch of different settings for you to choose. On the other hand, I prefer the quick setting just for the sake of this video. And not only that, if you're not an overachiever, you can also set to remove any of the gear you have on whenever you camp. And we'll get into that a little bit later, but there is a lot of different options in this mod, which makes it really nice, so you can customize it to any way you want, really. With this mod, it will give you different powers in your spell category, but I went ahead and favored them since I will be using them a lot. Now, this one is where you can chop a deadwood or gather branches. And to chop deadwood, you just click on it, and it'll take 30 minutes in-game time. So your screen will just turn black for a few seconds, and then you will acquire some deadwood. And also, same for gathering branches. It will go dark for a few seconds, but you will acquire some branches. And that is the necessities for a fire. Next up, you want to build the campfire. So you can place it pretty much anywhere you want, which is actually really nice, the way that this is kind of polished for Skyrim crafting. Believe it or not, it's pretty nice. But after you have that laid down, you can either use it, sit, destroy, and all these other options. But whenever you use it, you could use your magic, or you could use a strike stone. I prefer the strike stone because it will level up your camping, and I will get to that in a second. After you light the fire, you now can cook your food or replenish the fuel. So you'll have to acquire a little bit more branches or wood to replenish the fuel, just in case you want to keep it going a little longer. But also, you can sit next to the fire, like I did say earlier, put it out, destroy, and here's your skills. It'll pop up a little skill tree here, which is actually very nice, and you can level it up. Of course, you have to level up a little bit. That means using the campfire at least a couple nights. And to exit this, all you have to do is press E while looking away from the perk tree, and it'll go right away. Next up, also in the camping mod, if you go to your miscellaneous, you'll see a tent, a small leather tent / bedroll. But in order to get these, you can go to any of the traders or anything like that, and they will be selling tents for you. And you want to make sure you kind of place this close to the fire a little bit to keep you a little nice and cozy, immersive warmness. And go ahead and place it, and you can see it craft in front of your very own eyes, which I think is actually really cool. And after it is done, you can now use it. I choose to lie down first. You can also sit in front of the tent, but I don't do that. And as you can see, your gear that you have set up in the options is laying next to you and not on your character, which also is very immersive. Also, if you press the space bar, it will bring up another menu to where you can sleep or use the light. And using the light obviously turns on that little lantern next to you, which is actually really handy. Also, you can toggle the view on this, so in case you don't want to see through the tent, it'll just be a solid object right there. But if you want the transparency of it to see your character, which I kind of prefer, you can use that and you can just sleep. Now, after you're done sleeping, you will wake up and all you have to do is press the W key to get up. Or, of course, you can go through the menu, but it's just faster to press W and your gear will automatically be equipped. And the fire is out. It did last all night. At least I'm pretty sure about that. But if you want to take your tent back into your inventory, go ahead and pack up and it'll be right back into your inventory. Very handy mod indeed. Next up is iNeed. This mod enables it so where you have to eat, you have to drink, and you have to sleep. And I actually like this. You can also enable the eating and drinking animations, which is very nice, and visible water skins, which is also very nice. There is a lot of options on this as well, so you can kind of customize it however you want. You can also make it to where your followers need to eat and drink and also sleep, but I don't really use that, so yeah, that's just a little too much work for me. I try to worry about myself as it is, but one of my favorite things is that you can actually make food spoilage a thing. So I think it's kind of immersive that they added this option in there, and you can also set when it'll spoil, and not only that, the reduced carry weight option. So if you want to make it more survival like, you can reduce it to the max, which is 200, which is what exactly I did. Dangerous diseases, I do not have this checked because I don't have this mod installed, but death I think should be checked, because if you don't eat or drink anything within 3 days, you will die. And I think that is also very immersive. Also with this mod, you can obviously eat. So eating will replenish your food and drinking will replenish your water, of course. And you'll get these little side notes on the top left of your screen, and it will play an animation. Also, if you look at the widgets at the bottom right, they are now solid white, which means you're all good to go. So that's actually really cool. Also, if you are worried about how to acquire water into your water skin, if you were to use all of the water within it, don't worry. After it's used up, it'll be in the miscellaneous, and all you have to do is find a nearby water source, which obviously in Skyrim it shouldn't be too far away. There's always water somewhere in Skyrim, but as soon as you get to a water source, all you have to do is dip your little toesies in, go back to the miscellaneous section and press E to use, or just click on it and it'll automatically fill back up and back into your food inventory, which is really nice. Next up is Frostfall. Now this one's going to change the game dramatically. When this downloads, give it a few minutes for the MCM to register it and make sure it's enabled. And then also there's plenty of different options for you to choose to tailor it exactly the way you want it. And you can even disable the fast travel, which I think is a really cool idea because that's how survival should be in my opinion. And you can also disable waiting while outside so you don't freeze to death in the snow. So I thought that was also cool. If you have a set of favorite armor that doesn't really do well with the cold, you can actually tailor it the way you want to make it do way better in the cold if you would like. And if you don't like that, you can always reset it back to defaults. So that's actually really nice. Not only that, with the pop-ups and the extra HUD, you can customize those as well. You can change the colors of them and all of that, but personally I do like the ones that are already set up because they just kind of fit. They make sense to me, so I haven't really messed with them, but you can make them any color you want to. But for me, I'm just going to leave that alone. So let's say you're running in the cold and you happen to swim through some cold water. That's a very bad idea with this mod on, because then you're going to be freezing. And while freezing or in frigid water, you're going to get obviously very cold, and it's going to slow you down a lot. And the slower you move, the harder it's going to be to survive if you're out in the middle of nowhere and cannot fast travel. So your best bet is probably try to make a campfire. That's why campfire is very essential with this, and I highly agree that you should download both of these mods at the same time. But if you don't have enough wood while you're trying to build a campfire and you're freezing, that's going to be an old wrap for you, because obviously you can't build a fire without wood and you're freezing, so you're kind of against the clock on this mod, which I think is really fun. So I think you guys should definitely check it out. Also, that bar, that solid blue bar on the top right, you can see it filling up, and that's how cold you are. If that fills all the way up, depending on what setting you have, you will black out and you will wake up in a random inn because someone has saved you from freezing to death. So after waking up in a random inn, I highly recommend that you stand next to the nearest fire and try to warm up, because let's face it, you just almost froze to death. So it'd be a good idea to warm up, and not only that, if you wait an extra 5 to 10 seconds, you should play an animation to where you are warming your hands, which is a nice little touch added by the mod, and I find highly immersive, and I think it helps you warm up a little faster. I'm not sure. I haven't used this mod for too long, but I do recommend you guys try this out for yourselves. And it will spawn you in a random inn, so there's no telling where exactly you might end up. In my case, I was all the way up there. Instead of going anywhere else, I came to Iverstead, so just be wary on that. But if you don't like how being rescued is worked and you think it's a little unimmersive, you can go in the settings here and you can actually, instead of rescue, you can choose death. I don't recommend nothing, but death is where obviously you die, and I'm pretty sure you have to load something up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys liked and enjoyed these mods. Be sure to check them out and give them a try. If you're new, be sure to subscribe, join the JayySaVi fam today, and drop a like. I love you all. Stay awesome, stay savvy, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.